Well, I am talking with my good friend John Pierce, my former president of Key City Rotary, and all round audio, video, electronic guru. How are you, my friend?
Doing wonderful, Danny. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, I think this is really great. I put out a challenge for myself to try to interview as many people as I can from Key City Rotary before the end of the year. We have a little over 100 members. You're my first one,
All right.
technically. So thank you for helping me mark them off the list.
Have to.
So, your background is in, well, you were just telling me when you were 12 years old, you kind of started your own gig.
Yeah, I mean it started having a love for music, and I've listened to every kind of music you could imagine. I've listened to classical and jazz and hard rock and very hard rock and rap and gangster rap, you name it. And just kind of fell in love with the music and started to pal around with some friends of mine that were in a really bad band. Uh, we call them toting fuzzy speakers. So the big old speakers that were fuzzy and carpeted, we would set them up and play some music. And it started when I was 12. And it's kind of taken me into a 25-year career.
That is unbelievable in the sense that, to see you as I've come to know you through kind of the scope of Rotary, I love this kind of knowledge about you. It does have me look at you in a really different light, which I like.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I actually don't tell people I'm in AV. I say I'm in technology because AV business has kind of morphed into such a broad technology business. So it's not just audio, it's not just video, it's IT, it's network infrastructure, it's cybersecurity, it's all sorts of stuff. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's why most people are like audio and video, but technology as a whole.
Yes, yes. Look, I mean, and you're doing. Now I was reading about like you were doing audio and stuff for a large church in the DC area. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean that was a couple years ago. So I've transitioned to another role. I'm a chief technology officer for a national integrator, and I travel all over the country. And I've done industries such as houses of worship. I've done synagogues. I've done very traditional churches. I've done Catholic churches, and I've done non-denominational churches, and I've done mosques. Believe it or not.
Wow.
So I've done all sorts of things, but now it's mostly enterprise and government work that I spend my time in, and large arenas. So I fly kind of all over the country and do NFL, NBA, NCAA arenas, and then a lot of secret squirrel stuff that I can't talk about.
Yes, yes. This is what I do know. When
Yeah,
you say you can't really say what you've been doing or where you've been doing it, but
totally can't. I'm in an undisclosed location right now. No, I'm just
I,
kidding.
I don't know. I know. I love it. I love it though. So you said your dad kind of encouraged you to start making funds for yourself. Have you done the same for your kids?
Of course, yeah.
And
Um,
how do you encourage kids today to do that? Does it take much, or are your kids kind of born with that innate drive to want to do that?
my kids are all different. I don't know what you think, but my all three of them are different. So my oldest is very much by the book. Everything's got a rule. You got to follow it. My middle one is kind of very carefree, very creative, and then my daughter, who's the baby, is just a strong-headed little girl. And so they're all so different. But I think the biggest thing for me that I'm trying to instill in them is just a hard work ethic. And
Yeah.
I think that that's the biggest thing that this generation needs is just to know to get out there and grind every day, and that it's a good thing to grind. It's also a good thing to rest, to have some time that you're down and resting. But it's how you make yourself is how hard you're working and how much you want to put into it, and it'll get back to you over time.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And it's the same. It's so funny. I say to my husband all the time, how could we have had two children from the same two of us that are so amazingly different in their own ways? It's sometimes shocking and sometimes it's laughable. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I love it.
absolutely.
So, giving back, huge part of what you've done, especially over the past couple of years as president of Key City Rotary. How was that experience for you and your family and the impacts it had?
It's crazy. If I'm being honest, it was one of those things where I just kind of raised my hand to step up and do it, and it's been life changing. And Key City Rotary has been such a joy to be a part of because of how unique it is, how special it is, in the folks that are there, the diversity that we have. It's such a diverse group of individuals from around Frederick, and it's every time I meet somebody or talk to someone in more detail, I learn how deeply connected they are to the community, how much they care about Frederick, and how much they want to see Frederick be a place that is thriving for their families. And so, for my family, it's kind of part of our DNA in the sense of service. We've always been a service family. When I before I kind of got into the AV industry, I was actually in full time ministry at a church in Montgomery and Frederick County, and that's another secret that people don't know. And that was just part of what we did. We were always looking for ways to give back to the community and get involved, and to make sure that there was never, and it's impossible to meet this goal, but we're working to it. There was never anybody that didn't have something to eat or something to wear or someplace to sleep warm at night. And so it's just a part of who we are.
Yeah, and I think it's an amazing thing to share with your family. I know for me personally as well, like this whole adventure and journey with this new project just has allowed me the scope to help more and reach out more and kind of do what I can do well, which is raise awareness and sometimes funds for organizations. But I do love the vibe at Key City Rotary is what really encouraged me to join. And again, you're right, the diverse group of people. I'm just shocked every day sometimes that there are so many people doing great things that I didn't know before, and am certainly happy to learn about and know now and be introduced to great new organizations as well. Is there kind of one thing over the past couple of years, you just finished your term, that was a standout for you from being the president of Key City?
When I stood up there at my first inaugural meeting and I said that Rotary is not me, it's we. I think the biggest thing that I would take is this entire year, Rotary has not been about me.
Yeah.
It's been about we. It's been about Key City Rotary and what we've done. And it's amazing to me because I hear so often, Danny, of things that have happened with Key City that I didn't even know about. And that is a true, in my mind, a true staple of an organization, that it's got such a broad reach in the community. When things are happening and it's organic and it's good, it's not bad, and it's helping the community be a better place. And so I think the fact that we made Key City bigger than one person, bigger than the board, bigger than the leadership. It's about the group as a whole, and I'm probably say I'm the most proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, and that's the show of a really strong organization that has good supportive leadership. That isn't all about me. It's about we, and I love it. I think you did that very, very well. Well, I know that though your Key City presidency is behind you, well, as of July 1st, officially. Any big plans for the extra time that you might have freed up now?
This is the joke that I always tell people, Danny. I've got so much time and so much money, I don't know what to do with it. No, we're going to take some time off. I will most definitely stay involved in Key City Rotary, and look forward to actually being able to do more because I don't have to run the meetings every week. And that'll be a big thing for me, is to kind of get more involved in the service side of things that I haven't been able to do. So
Well, that is phenomenal. Look, I do appreciate the time that you took out for me today. I know you're busy and have a lot of people who need you. So, thank you very much. Look, I think it's fascinating, and I love to get to know people as much as possible. And I'm happy to introduce you to Good Morning Frederick as well today. So, thank you so much, John.
thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
All right.